Happy Easter, friends! Mrs. Belcher here, hanging out with the Easter dino and the Easter dog. Since I didn't have an Easter bunny just hanging around, I got my dinosaur and I got my dog, Bosco. He's sporting a little bow tie today. And we're all in our fancy Easter clothes, ready to share a story with you today. So, let me tell you a little bit about our story. Let me put Bosco down. So our story today is about a little bunny named Ralph. And he wants to play instead of helping decorate Easter eggs for the Easter bunny, because Easter's coming up. Have you ever wanted to do something else instead of what you're supposed to do? Because I know that I have. My son would rather play Xbox than feed the dogs. My daughter would rather sing or play with makeup instead of cleaning her room. And you know what, friends? I'd rather sit on the couch and drink coffee and watch Netflix instead of doing laundry. And Tyrano-thesaurus Rex here would rather chase butterflies than do his homework. And you know what? Sometimes it's okay to take a break. It's good for you to take a break and do something fun or relaxing. But sometimes we have to be responsible and do our job, especially when we have a certain time to get something done or when others are counting on us to help, just like in our story today. So, also, before I read the story, make sure you stick around after the story, and we're going to tell you something fun that you can do for Easter since you may not have eggs to decorate or hide this year. So, here's our story, Bunny Trouble, and it's by Hans Wilhelm. Hans Wilhelm is the author. That means he wrote the words to the story. And he's the illustrator, which means, do you remember? He drew the pictures for the story as well. So let's read Bunny Trouble. Oh dear, look at this. This is exciting. Look at all the bunnies painting eggs. Once there was a rabbit colony that was different from any other. I've never seen my rabbits outside doing this sort of thing, have you? The rabbits here were in charge of decorating all the Easter eggs for the Easter bunny to deliver. Everyone worked year-round getting ready. That's kind of like Santa's elves, isn't it? Everyone except Ralph. He cared for only one thing in the world, soccer. Look, there he is with his soccer ball. Oh my. It worried his mother and father. Oh, my kids would be in so much trouble if they did that. It worried the other rabbits in the colony. It worried his teachers in the school where all the young rabbits went to learn egg decorating. Where was Ralph while everyone else was hard at work in the classroom? He was outside working on his fancy footwork. It worried his sister Liza, especially when he ruined her birthday party. Look, he kicks it and it goes, woo, boink, 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 boink. Liza loved Ralph more than anyone else in the world, but she knew that one day he would get into trouble. He just didn't fit in. Each year as Easter approached, everyone got busier and busier. The chickens laid more eggs. The painters, the jelly bean makers, and the basket stuffers all worked overtime. Look, there's the chickens. Everybody's working for Easter to get ready. Ralph had work to do too. But he had a hard time keeping his mind on his job. Instead, he was thinking about place kicks, and he tried just one. Oops! Over went a full basket of eggs. The exhausted chickens groaned. The rabbits shouted at Ralph. Go play soccer on the other side of the trees so we can finish our work in peace, they said. Look at that, an entire basket of eggs ruined. Ralph was glad to go. He went off to play by himself on the other side of the forest. Now look, he's terrorizing all the forest creatures. That night, he did not come home. His mother wept and wrung her hands. Where could he be, she wondered. And with Easter just 2 days away. There's an egg hidden. Morning came. Still, Ralph had not come home. Liza slipped out to search for him. Look, there she goes. She found him not far away, locked up in a cage. A farmer had caught him while he was practicing his dribble in the cauliflower field. The coach always told us to look where we were going, not at our feet, Ralph joked sorrowfully. Don't worry, Liza told him. I'll go and get help. So he got captured by the farmer. He's in trouble now. I wonder how they're going to save him. She ran back past the busy rabbits, calling, Mama, Mama, we must save Ralph. The farmer has caught him and is going to make him into Easter dinner. Oh, I knew that bunny would get into trouble someday, wept Mama as she followed Liza to Ralph's cage. Oh, this is a very sad picture. Look at him. It had thick bars and a heavy padlock. We'll never get him out of there, moaned their mother when she saw Ralph inside. Of course we will, said Liza firmly. I think I can get the lock open. Look, she's trying. Liza worked for hours, but the lock refused to be picked. The bars wouldn't bend, the door couldn't be pried off. If I ever get free, whispered Ralph, I promise I will never play soccer again. No, Ralph, said Liza. You want to be a soccer player, and you will be too. But you also have to help with the eggs. And not be such a nuisance, added Mama. Ralph knew they were right. He promised to do what they said. Hours passed. Suddenly Liza cried, I've got an idea that will do the trick, but we have to hurry. I wonder what Liza's idea is. Oh, look. What's she doing? Liza and Mama ran all the way home. In no time, Liza was back carrying a small bundle under her arms. She squeezed it carefully through the bars of Ralph's cage. Then she whispered the plan. I wonder what the plan is. The next morning, there was a great commotion around the cage. Look at this. Everybody is interested in what's in the cage. What a great plan. Look at this. Inside it, next to Ralph, was a basket of the most beautiful Easter eggs anyone had ever seen. Some were polka-dotted, some were dyed deep purple, and some were painted with rainbows. The farmer's children gathered around. He must be the Easter Bunny, they exclaimed with wonder. How else could he have gotten those eggs? We must let him go, or there won't be any Easter for us. So the farmer opened the cage door. Ralph ran home as fast as he could. But he didn't forget Liza's words. He did try harder with his painting. Ralph even became known for one special design, which he did far better than anyone else, and almost as well as kicking, passing, and scoring. Look at his design. He's painting his eggs like soccer balls. That That was a nifty trick that they played on the farmer, and just in time, too. I think Ralph learned his lesson, don't you? He even found a way to include his favorite thing in his job, didn't he? He painted eggs like his soccer ball. What a great idea that was. So, I told you to stick around and I'd give you another great idea. So, if you don't have eggs to decorate and hide this Easter, since we're all stuck inside right now, I know that we are saving our eggs to eat, right? So, we're not going to be coloring eggs. But here's an egg hunt you can do. Let me show you. I drew ovals for my daughter, and she decorated the eggs. Decorated some eggs for me, and she used crayons, but if you can see the kind of silvery on there, that's just fingernail polish. We didn't have any paint, so she got creative and added silver sparkly fingernail polish to give the eggs a little bit of sparkle. So these eggs are blank on the back, you can see that, and all you need is you just take some tape, stick it to an egg, and then somebody can hide it anywhere. And it doesn't have to be on the ground or in the grass. They can hide it on the walls, on the furniture, or anywhere. But for all those homeschooling parents out there right now, you can do other things with them as well. Like I showed you, these are blank on the back. This one has a sight word on it. Went. This one has a math problem. 2 plus 5. 2 plus 7. That's right. You could even put clues on them. Look at this egg with a clue. It says T-Rex might be hiding one. Are you hiding an Easter egg? It's not in your mouth. It's not in your dress. It's in his hat. Look. I found it. And look, on the back it says, I love you. What a great surprise. So you can do all kinds of... There's an Easter egg taped on my hat. How did that get there? I didn't even notice. Look, I found an Easter egg hidden on my hat. And it says, you're excellent. So these eggs are kind of cool because you can write messages on the back. You can put math problems on the back. You can do secret clues and maybe do like a scavenger hunt with them. Or you can do sight words on the back too. Anything you want. So get creative with it and make yourself some Easter eggs this year. And get someone to hide them. You can hide them inside or outside. So that's all for now, friends. Mrs. Belcher and Tyrano-thesaurus Rex would like to wish everyone a very happy Easter. See you next time.